The secret of happiness. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived three brothers. Their names were Ravi, Mohan, and Arjun. They were all hardworking and lived peacefully with their family, but each of them felt something was missing in their lives. They often wondered, what is the secret of happiness? One day, they decided to ask their wise old father, who had lived many years and seen many things. The brothers believed their father knew the answer. When they gathered around him, they asked, "Father, what is the secret of happiness?" Their father smiled and said, "Happiness is not something I can give you. You must find it for yourselves. But I can guide you. Each of you will go on a journey. When you return, tell me what you found." The brothers were excited. They packed their bags and set off on their individual journeys, hoping to discover the secret of happiness. Ravi, the eldest brother, believed that happiness could be found in wealth. He traveled to a big city where he worked hard and became very rich. He bought a big house, expensive clothes, and everything he ever wanted. However, as time passed, Ravi began to feel empty inside. Even though he had everything, he was not happy. He missed his family and the simple life he once had. One day, Ravi met an old man who lived in a small hut by the river. The old man seemed very happy, even though he had nothing. Curious, Ravi asked him, "Why are you so happy when you have so little?" The old man smiled and said, "Happiness doesn't come from having things. It comes from being content with what you have and being surrounded by people who love you." Ravi realized that all the wealth in the world couldn't make him happy if he was alone. So, he decided to return home and share his wealth with his family. Mohan, the second brother, thought that happiness could be found in fame and recognition. He traveled to another kingdom where he became a great warrior. He won many battles and earned respect from everyone. People praised him wherever he went, and he became famous throughout the land. At first, Mohan enjoyed the attention and respect. But after a while, he began to feel tired. People only saw him as a warrior, not as a person. He was always expected to be strong and perfect. Mohan missed being himself, without the pressure of others' expectations. One evening, he met a wise old woman in the village. She asked him, "You are famous, but are you happy?" Mohan thought about it and said, "I thought fame would bring me happiness, but it only brings pressure. I feel like I'm losing myself." The wise woman replied, "True happiness comes from within. You don't need others to praise you. If you love and accept yourself, you will find happiness." Mohan understood that happiness didn't come from what others thought of him. He decided to return home and be with his family, where he could just be himself. Arjun, the youngest brother, believed that happiness could be found through adventure and excitement. He traveled far and wide, exploring mountains, forests, and oceans. He saw beautiful places, met new people, and experienced thrilling adventures. But after many months of traveling, Arjun started to feel lonely. No matter how exciting his adventures were, he didn't have anyone to share them with. He realized that the joy of adventure was incomplete without his loved ones by his side. One day, Arjun met a traveler who was also exploring the world. They sat by a campfire, and Arjun said, "I've seen so many wonderful things, but I still don't feel truly happy." The traveler smiled and said, happiness is not about seeing or doing everything. It's about having someone to share it with. True happiness is found in the connections we have with others. Arjun understood that while adventure was exciting, happiness came from being with the people you care about. He decided to return home to his family. After many months, the three brothers returned home. They found their father waiting for them in the garden. Each of them shared their experiences. Ravi said, I thought wealth would make me happy, but I learned that happiness comes from being with the people you love. Mohan said, I thought fame would bring me happiness, but I learned that happiness comes from accepting and loving yourself, not from the praise of others. Arjun said, I thought adventure would make me happy, but I learned that happiness is found in the connections we share with others. Their father smiled and said, You have all discovered the secret of happiness. It is not something you can find in wealth, fame, or adventure. True happiness comes from within, and it is found in love, contentment, and the relationships you build. The brothers hugged their father and felt at peace. They realized that happiness had always been close to them, in the love they shared with their family. From that day on, the three brothers lived happily, knowing that the secret of happiness was not something they had to search for, but something they already had within them. Happiness comes from within. It is not found in wealth, fame, or adventure but in love, contentment, and relationships.